My love, my darling, I hunger for your touch.
After I read the story, I looked at my phone, and the first video on Instagram happened to be a viral video of a subway singer in New York City named Mike Young. He was singing Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers, and it was the most powerful, raw, soulful performance I think I had ever heard, and I was just laying in bed and had chills up my arms. And I immediately envisioned a modern take on that story. What if we filled a room with these sort of underdog talents and let them slowly reveal themselves over the course of the film? My name's Sam Davis, and I directed The Singers.
To me.
After I discovered Mike and got in touch with him as sort of the cornerstone for our cast, my casting director, Natalie Lynn, and I spent about a year and a half scouring social media with prompts like karaoke legend or unexpected voice.
Dollar in my hand, with an aching in my heart.
We didn't want the type of person who was going to be easy to get a hold of. We wanted the chase. We wanted the type of person who maybe didn't want to be found or had no interest in being in a film. Some of them I had to kind of build trust with, and that's really common in documentary. My background is in documentary, and we have to build trust with our subjects. You know, they have to trust that I'm gonna represent them accurately and respectfully, and I have to trust they're gonna be able to show up and lend something authentic and real to the production.
How you doing, man? Good, thanks.
We don't sell snails here. But he said, I'll tell you what.
The film was made without a script. Rather than for me to write dialogue for a first-time actor to perform, why not just have them be themselves? Casting and writing were one and the same in that sense. So it was a really kind of chaotic but really beautiful collaborative workflow. We filmed for 4 days. Half of each day was a performance, and the other half was kind of more improvisational. We really wanted to keep the process as open-ended as possible and allow for the type of spontaneity and sort of magic that we love in documentary.
What if I sing you a song?
What makes you think I want to hear you sing?
We shot on film for a few reasons. The first reason being why most people shoot on film. It's just nostalgic and has a certain charm and timelessness. The second being that the cast has only ever really been shot on phones. You know, we found them all on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, and the story being sort of a love letter to the underdog and wanting to give these incredible voices the moment that I think they deserve. It felt like kind of an act of love and appreciation for them to say, no, we're not just gonna put you in a movie, we're gonna shoot you on the optimal, cinematic format. But yeah, that was kind of one way of honoring them, really. I challenged myself to see if we could have the wildness and the spontaneity of documentary, but for all of that to be sort of encased in visual language that feels intentional. The camera is quite locked down and considered, but within that you have this sort of chaos unfolding.
You've lost your mind. Now the man you love.
We stumbled upon moose lodges and elks lodges. They tend to have this great sort of woodsy, lodgy look. Most of them have non-commercial bars for members only. And being, an independent short, we couldn't have afforded to shut down a bar in LA for 4 days or something like that. That was out of the question. We also took down all of the modern TVs and karaoke machines and stuff like that, because it felt like they just sort of broke the spell, wanting this to be timeless and feel kind of fable-esque and Americana, anytime, anywhere.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
The Singers is a really simple film. It's 17 minutes long. We don't try to say too much, but I think it says something powerful about the power of connection, and in a moment when we're becoming increasingly isolated as a society, it's a reminder that you never know who you're sitting next to at the bar or standing next to at the grocery store. And if you take a second to get to know them, chances are you will connect on some level.
God knows.